morning students. This is lecture 2nd of class 11th maths chapter 2nd relations and functions. And topics which we will discuss today are functions, algebra of real functions, solutions of exercise 2.1 and 2.2 which I have given you homework in the previous lecture. So the first topic is functions. A relation f from a set A to a set B is said to be a function if every element of A has one and only one image in set B. A relation is said a function when all the elements of the set A has image in set B and only one image, right? Function f from A to B is denoted as, how to denote a function f such that f is from A to B. Okay, since function is nothing but a special type of relation, as in relation there are ordered pairs, similarly if any ordered pair belongs to the function, then f of A is equal to B. Also B is called image of A. B is what? Image of A, and A is called pre-image of B. So to understand the definition of function, we'll take some example. Let A be the set 1, 2, 3, 4 and B be the set 2, 4, 6, 5. Right? Now we have taken a relation and we have to check if this relation is a function or not. Because A, okay, we have taken A here and written all the elements of A. B set here and all the elements of B. Why this is a relation? Because this is a subset of, these mappings are the subsets of A cross B. Therefore this is a relation. Now to check if it is a function, every element of A must have a unique image in B. So as we can see, this is not a function as 3 has no image. In this, the element 3 has no image in the set B. So this is not a function. Second, in this we can see 1 has image, 2 has also an image in set B, 3 has an image and 4 has image in set B. But we can see 3 has two images. 3 has image 4 and 3 has image 6. But a function, what a function definition of function says that each element of A should have only one image in set B. So it is not a function as 3 has two images, 4 and 6. Next is 1, 2, 3, 4. All the elements have image in B. Also they have the unique image. 1 is mapping with 4, 2 is with 2, 3 is with 6, 4 is with 5. So yes, it is a function because every element of A has a unique image in set B. Now next is this set. Now where 1 is mapping with 2, 2 is mapping with 2, 3 is mapping with 5, 4 is mapping with 5. So this is also a function. Why? Because each element of A has a unique image. 1 has only one image, 2 has only one image, 2, 3 and 4 also has only one image, 5. As you can see in set B, some elements like 4 and 6 have no pre-image in A. Also 2 and 5 has two pre-images, right? 2 has two pre-images, 1 and 2. 5 has two pre-images, 3 and 4. So set B elements does not matter to us. What we want for a function, that all the elements of A should be mapped with a unique image in set B. Clear? Those were the examples that we have checked if the relation is a function or not when the arrow representation is given. Now next question is check if whether the given relations are function or not. R is a relation given 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2. As we can see, first element is not repeating. That is, each element has a unique image. 2 has only one image, 1. 3 has only one image, 1. 4 has only one image, 2. So yes, it is a function because each element has unique image. Next is relation 2, 2, 2, 4, 3, 3, 4, 4. No, this is not a function. Why? Because see, 2 has an image 2. 2 is also having an image 4. So 2 has more than one image, right? So this relation is not a function as the first element too. First element should not repeat, but here first element is repeating twice. It means that first element has two images. So 2 corresponds to two different images, 2 and 4. So this is not a function. Now if f is a function from a to b, domain of f is the set A. F is a function from a to b, so domain is the complete set A. Codomain is the complete set B. And what is range? Range of f is set of image of all the elements of A. A के एलिमेंट्स B के जिन एलिमेंट्स से मैप करते हैं या A के एलिमेंट्स की जो भी इमेजेस होती है, the set of the images of all elements of A are the range of F. Let's take an example to understand this. For example, A set is this, B set is this, and the function is given as this. So domain will be the complete set A, codomain will be the complete set B, and what is the range? Range is the set of images of the elements of A. A के elements क्या है? 1, 2, 3. Images of A elements are 4 and 6. 5 is not the image of any element, as 1 and 2 have image 4 and 3 has image 6. So the set of the images, that is 4 and 6, is known as range. Also see, range is a subset of B. So range is a subset of codomain. Range can be equal to codomain or a subset of codomain. Clear? Now we will study some functions and their graphs. So first is identity function. Let R be a set of real numbers. The function f R to R defined as y is equal to fx is equal to x for each x belongs to real number is called identity function. Identity function is what? A function from R to R such that fx is equal to x for each x belongs to R. Right? For example, if we take 1 in place of x, so f1 will be 1. F of minus 2 will be minus 2 and etc. So this is known as our identity function. What is the graph of this function? So you can easily see this is x, this is y-axis. So at 2, y is 2, at 4, y is 4. When x is minus 2, y is minus 2. So you can draw this line. This is an identity function, y is equal to fx, which is nothing but equal to x. Next is constant function. Constant function, defined function fr to r. This is also a function from real numbers to real number, which is defined as y is equal to fx is equal to c. For all x belongs to r, fx is c, where c is a constant. For example, fx equal to 2 is a constant function. And here x belongs to real number. For all real numbers, y, the value of y is 2. So we can see for any values of x, 2, 4, 6, minus 2, the value of y is 2. So this is a constant function. If in place of 2, if 4 is here, then line will go from 4. Right? So this is a constant function. Now next is rational functions. Rational functions are functions of the type fx upon gx, where fx and gx are polynomials in x defined in a domain. This function, rational function, is defined in a domain that is on those values of x where gx is not equal to 0. Right? Rational function is of this type and it will be defined for those values of x where gx is not equal to 0. For example, if we take the function hx, x minus 1 upon x plus 1, so it is our fx upon gx, a rational function. It is defined over all the values of x, but gx should not be equal to 0. So if gx, that is x plus 1, is 0, then x will be minus 1. And we can check at x equal to minus 1, hx will be minus 1 upon minus 1 upon minus 1 plus 1. That is, in place of x you will put minus 1. So minus 2 upon 0, it is not defined. Therefore domain of hx will be all real numbers except minus 1, because at x equal to minus 1 the function is not defined. So domain will be all real functions minus the value of x minus 1, right? Now next is modulus function. The function f r to r defined as fx is equal to modulus x. This symbol is of modulus x. So the function f r to r defined as fx is equal to modulus x for each x belongs to r is called modulus function. So how this modulus is defined? See, when x is either equal to 0 or greater than 0, then function fx is equal to x. But if x is less than 0, then the function x, that is the modulus of x, is minus x. You can see some example at f0, x equal to 0, fx is x, that is 0. f1 is 1. Now f of minus 1, when x is less than 0, fx is minus of x, that is minus of x is over here minus 1. So minus of minus 1 is 1. Similarly, f of minus 2 will be 2. That is modulus always gives the positive values. 1 will remain 1, but minus 1, minus 2, minus values also changes to the positive values, right? This is our modulus function. Graph of this function is like this. At 1, 2, the values will be positive. At negative values of x, like here, negative values of x, function's value is positive. So at minus 1 value is 1, at minus 2 value is 2, and at 0 value is 0. So its graph is like this, V-shaped. Clear? Now next is the signum function. The function f r to r defined by fx when x is greater than 0, then the value is 1. When x is equal to 0, value of fx will be 0. And when x is less than 0, value of fx will be minus 1. Then it is called signum function, right? So how to draw graph of this function? At x equal to 0, value is 0. At x greater than 0, value is 1. So x greater than 0 will be, except this 0, all the values of right hand side are greater than 0. So value of fx is 1. So it will go like this. At 0 we will show this empty circle, because at 0 the value is 0. Similarly, at x less than 0 will be the values on the left hand side. Value of fx is minus 1. So value of fx for all the negative values is minus 1. At 0 you will show this empty circle to show that for 0 value is not minus 1. For 0 value is 0. So this is our signum function. Now next is our greatest integer function. The function f, this is also from real numbers to real numbers, defined as fx is equal to greatest integer function. This symbol is for the greatest integer function. Where x belongs to r, assumes the value of the greatest integer less than or equal to x. Greatest integer function is what? Either the value is equal to the x, or the value is less than the number but the greatest integer. Let's take some example to understand this. If suppose we have to find the value of function 1.5, right? So 1.5 is not an integer. So now f of 1.5 is not equal to x, that is not equal to 1.5, but the greatest integer less than this number. So less than this number, there are many integers, but the greatest integer less than x is 1. Similarly, f of minus 1, since minus 1 is an integer, so the answer will be minus 1. F of 2, 2 is the integer, so 2 itself will come. Now f minus 1.5, as minus 1.5 is not an integer, so the greatest integer less than this number will come. So the greatest integer less than minus 1.5 is minus 2. So this is the graph of the greatest integer function, that is the value from 0 to 1, not 1 but very close to 1, value will remain 0, because at 1 value will be 1, so we will show an empty circle at 1. Now from 1 to very close to 2, not at 2 but very close to 2, value will remain 1, right? Similarly, like here, we will show an empty circle because at 2 value is not 1, at 2 value is 2. So this is the graph of the greatest integer function. Next topic is algebra of real functions. If two functions are given to us, then addition of those functions, that is f plus g x, is nothing but fx plus gx. Their subtraction is fx minus gx. If we multiply the function by a scalar, suppose f is a function from x to r, here r is a real set and alpha be a scalar, then alpha f, that is multiplication of a scalar with the function, is also a set from x to r defined as alpha f into x is nothing but alpha into f of x. Quotient of two functions f and g is f by gx, which is nothing but fx upon gx. Also gx should not equal to 0. Multiplication of f and g, multiplication of two function is fgx, which is fx into gx. For example, let fx be root x and gx is equal to x. Find f plus gx. So f plus gx was nothing but fx plus gx, that is root x plus x. F minus gx is fx minus gx, that is root x minus x. Now this is a multiplication of function with scalar. Scalar is any constant, so let us take it as 3. So 3 of fx is 3 into fx, that is 3 root x. F upon gx is fx upon gx, that is root x upon x. When you cancel it out, you will get x raised to the power minus 1 by 2. Also mention that gx is not equal to 0. Now, multiplication of two function fgx is fx into gx, that is root x into x, which is x raised to the power 3 upon 2. Right? Now one question is, let fx is 2x minus 5, find f of 2. If we have to find the value of f of 2 and fx is given, so in place of x put 2. So 2 into 2 minus 5, 4 minus 5 minus 1. F of minus 1, then in place of x put minus 1. 2 into minus 1 minus 5 and you will get it as minus 7. Now in third part we have to find the value of x when fx is 7. Fx is given us as 7, but in the question fx is 2x minus 5. So 2x minus 5 is equal to 7, that is 2x is equal to 7 plus 5, 12, and x is 6. So we have to find the value of x when fx is 7, so value of x is 6. Now your homework for today is that you have to do exercise 2.2 question 5 to 9, exercise 2.3 question 1st, 3rd and 4th, and miscellaneous question 1st, 2nd, 7th and 10th. Okay, so complete your homework. Thank you. Now, solution of exercise 2.1, which I have given you as homework in the previous lecture, and question number 4th, state true or false. If statement is false, rewrite it correctly. So the first statement is, if P is equal to the set Mn, Q is the set Nm, then P cross Q is Mn, comma, the ordered pair Nm. So we can easily see this statement is false because P has 2 elements, Q has 2 elements. So P cross Q will have 4 elements. So the correct answer is P cross Q is equal to Mn, M, N, M, M, N, N and N, M. Right? Then second part is, if A and B are non-empty set, then A cross B is a non-empty set of ordered pair XY where X belongs to A and Y belongs to B. As we know, A cross B includes the set of ordered pairs, right, XY. So this statement is true. Next is third part, if A is the set 1, 2, B is the set 3, 4, then A cross B intersection phi is equal to phi. So this statement is also true. Why? Because B intersection phi is phi. So A cross B intersection phi is A cross phi, and A cross phi will be phi. Now question number 9. Let A and B be two sets such that number of elements in A is 3 and number of elements in B is 2. If x1, y2, z1 are in A cross B, find A and B where x, y, z are distinct elements. Number of elements in A and B are given as 3 and 2 respectively. Also in A cross B, 3 elements of A cross B are given x1, y2 and z1. X, y, z are distinct. We have to find the set A and B. So as we know, A cross B includes the ordered pair such where A belongs to A and B, the second element, belongs to the set B. So if these elements belongs to the set A cross B, so the first element will belong to the set A and the second elements will belong to the set B. So from here we can see x, y, z belongs to the set A and the second element, which is 1, 2. 1 is repeating here, so 1, 2 belongs to the set B. As set B has 2 elements, so set B is completed. Set A has 3 elements, so set A is also completed. This is what we wanted to do, right? We have find the set A and. So question second now. If the set A has 3 elements and the set B is equal to 3, 4, 5. It is given that set A has 3 elements and number of elements in set B is not given. Elements of the set B are given. Then find the number of elements in A cross B. We have to find the number of elements in A cross B. So number of elements in A is 3. In B we can see there are 3 elements. Now number of elements in A cross B is number of elements in A into number of elements in B, which will be 3 into 3, 9. Okay. Next is question number 6. If A cross B is given us as AX, AY, BX and BY, find A and B. So A cross B set is given. We have to find the set A and the set B. As we know, A cross B set basically includes the ordered pairs in which the first element S belongs to the first set A and the second elements belongs to the second set B. Clear? So A cross B has these 4 elements. Therefore, the first element, that is A and B, will belong to the set A and the second elements, that is X, Y, will belongs to the set B. Therefore, the set A will be AB and the set B will be X, Y. Clear? Now question 7th. Let A be the set 1, 2, B be the set 1, 2, 3, 4, C be the set 5, 6 and D be the set 5, 6, 7, 8. Then verify. I will do only first part, the second part you will do by yourself. So the first part is A cross B intersection C is equal to A cross B intersection A cross C. So we want to verify that these two sets are equal. So for this, first of all we will find left hand side and then right hand side. Okay. So I am taking now left hand side B intersection C. So as you can see, B is 1, 2, 3, 4 and C is 5, 6. So there is no element which is common in these two sets. Therefore, B intersection C is phi. For left hand side, we want to find A cross B intersection C. Now, cross product of A with this B intersection C set, which is an empty set, will be empty. So A cross phi is phi, right? Now we will find right hand side. For right hand side, first of all we will find A cross B, then we will find A cross C and then we will take the intersection of these two Cartesian product, right? So A is 1, 2, B is the set 1, 2, 3, 4. For the Cartesian product, first take the first element of A with all the elements of B, then second element of A with all the elements of B. So you will find out A cross B as 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3 and 2, 4. Similarly, you will find A cross C, first element of A with all the elements of C. So 1, 5, 1, 6, 2, 5, 2, 6. So we will get A cross C as 1, 5, 1, 6, 2, 5, 2, 6. Now see, for right hand side we want to find the intersection of these two Cartesian product. So now the intersection of A cross B intersection A cross C is, as we can see, there is no element common between these two sets. Therefore, the intersection is an empty set. LHS is also empty. Right hand side is also an empty set. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore, our this first condition that these two sets are equal is verified. Number 8, let A be the set 1, 2 and B be the set 3, 4. Write A cross B. So first of all we have to write A cross B. So A cross B will be first element of A with all the other elements of B. So 1, 3, 1, 4. Then second element of A, that is 2 with all the elements of B, that is 2, 3, 2, 4. So this is our A cross B. How many subsets will A cross B have? So we have studied this in the first chapter. If if a set has n elements, then its subset will be 2 raised to the power n. So A cross B here has 4 elements. So subsets of A cross B will be 2 raised to the power 4, that is 16, right? Now list them. We also have to list all the subsets. So to list the subsets, first take one element at a time. So the subset will be 1, 3, the set 1, 4, the set which includes 2, 3, the set which includes 2, 4. Now take 2, 2 elements of A cross B at a time. So 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 3, 2, 3, this another set which includes 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3, 2, 4. So you will get 6 pairs of when you will take 2 elements at a time. Then take 3 elements at a time. So when you will take 3 elements at a time, you will get 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 4, and similarly these two another sets, right? After this, take all the elements, because a set itself is a subset of the set. So the set A cross B, and we know phi is also a subset of all the set. So these are the 16 subsets of A cross B. Clear? Solution of exercise 2.2, which I have given you as homework. Question 1st to 4th. Now question number 1st, let A be the set 1, 2, 3 up to 14. Define a relation R from A to A by R includes those ordered pairs such that 3x minus y is equal to 0 and xy both belongs to AY, because relation is from A to A. Write down domain, codomain and range of R. We have to find domain, codomain and range. For this, first of all, we will find the relation R in roster form. So A is given as 1 to 14. Relation is defined such that 3x minus y is 0. So y is equal to 3x. That is, the second element is thrice of the first element. So if x is 1, y is 3, x is 2, y is 6, x is 3, y is 9, x is 4, y is 12. We cannot take x as 5 because thrice of 5 will be 15 and 15 does not belongs to the set A, right? So relation R is this set. So domain is the first element of the ordered pairs. So domain is 1, 2, 3, 4. Range is the second element of ordered pairs. So range will be 3, 6, 9, 12. And codomain will be the complete set A, 1 to 14. Question number third. A set is 1, 2, 3, 5. B set is 4, 6, 9. Define a relation R from A to B by, now we have to find this relation R x y such that x minus y is odd, x belongs to A, y belongs to B. X belongs to A, y belongs to B, and their difference should be odd. Write R in roster form. So we have to take the first element from the set A, second element from the set B, such that their difference should be odd. So with 1 we can take 4, 6, not 9, because 1 and 9 their difference is 8, which is not odd. With 2 we can take 9 only, because difference of 2 and 9 is 7, which is odd. With 3, 4, right? Then with 5, 4, because difference of 5 and 4 is 1, which is odd. Similarly 5 and 6 difference is 1, which is odd. 5, 9 we will not take because difference is 4, which is not odd. So this is our set R, right?